Hi, this is an overview of the Path of Drunken Boxing book by Zhang Lao Shi. Going to give you an idea of the content, what we're training, what we're all about. So looking at the table of contents, we see the book is divided basically into 4 sections. The introduction has drunken phases, different theories, orthodox Kung Fu methods compared to drunken methods. Then we get into the Weigong, external training, in the second section. The third section is the core of the book, which is the Neigong sets associated with each of the 8 Drunken Immortals, describing their different methods. And then finally the book, the fourth section, is the combat applications, which describes how these different immortals fight. So flipping through the book, you'll see there's lots of diagrams, there's charts, descriptions, trying to make your training as clear as possible, helping your understanding as much as we can. So for example, there's a chart with the drunken stances. You have the English description, the Chinese character, then on the right you have the pinyin for your pronunciation. Now the external methods, these are common to many Chinese styles of martial arts, so you can add them to your current routines, or you can shift your emphasis to focus more on your drunken boxing. The internal training, or the Neigong with the 8 Immortals, is divided into each of the 8 Immortals. They have their breathing methods, the Qigongs associated with each, the energies, the different jins that they manifest. Now when you buy the book, we send you a PDF file of the first section, so you can start your training while you're waiting for your book to arrive in the mail. We encourage you to put as many hours as possible into this. You get out of it what you put in. That's definitely true for these sets, for all Kung Fu, but for these sets in particular. Now what we're trying to do is develop a deeper practice, a deeper understanding of what we're doing while we train. So we're focusing on correct hand and foot placements, body methods, body mechanics. We're trying to develop a deeper practice by working on correct postures, correct structures, and we're taking these energies, these jins, and we're isolating them and focusing on specific energies for each of the 8 Immortals. Now each of these drunken 8 Immortals has a specific flavor to them, specific way of training them. So over time, with the correct effort, the idea is to get this to kind of like seep into your body so your training has merit. So over time, with correct effort, you'll have a stronger, deeper Kung Fu practice. So rather than just imitations of movements, you'll have a strong foundation backing them up. The idea is to develop a strong understanding of why you're doing each of these movements, how they're connected to the other ones, but as well as how they're different, and then being able to apply them. So in the back we have the combat applications section where we deal with how to use each of these. So we have the how to use the section, we've got the Shuai Jiao Fa, which is the throwing methods, Rou Dao as well as a surrogate, archetypes of each of the 8 Immortals, and discussing Chengyu, some of the cultural aspects of this, how to apply all of these methods. So we try and explain it as clearly as possible. Each of the Immortals has their section where the small and the large component are broken down, so there's applications for each. We have keywords for further research, so you can do understand them better, find other training methods. And then there's a Chengyu description describing training story associated with learning these sets. Tries to go in as much depth as possible for each of these, so you've got a large resource to draw from when you're training. There's a lot of material here. And at the end of all of this, we have a skill summary chart where it lists the immortal and the set associated with them, as well as the keywords for combat. It's a good reference to have for when you're training, breaking it down and systemizing all of this. And then at the end we have our glossary with the English, the pinyin for pronunciation, the Chinese character for your reference, and a description of a lot of the terms that are relevant to Chinese martial arts or drunken boxing in particular. So all in all, we have 200 plus pages of drunken Kung Fu information. We'd love to have you training with us, so check out drunkenyoga.net. Thank you very much.